Hello everyone, good evening. How is everybody doing tonight? Let's see here, let's get Isabel in frame, there we go. I am doing okay, had a long day at work and it's raining out. It's pretty dreary, I gotta say. And the only thing I can really say about it is we need a break from the heat, and I know that there is a lot of people going through heat waves right now, and I feel for you. I hope you all stay cool and everything goes all right for you. And why do I feel like I have a red spot on my face? I don't know. Anyway, let us open up Golden Sun. And we'll see what happens. We managed to get out of Ayers Rock. And we managed to get back on the right track. So now, what are we up to? We're in Naribue. Welcome to Naribue. It's really hot out. You should relax a while. That sounds like perfect advice for the real world, too. So there is the item shop. The Kibombo went on an expedition to the east, but they've already returned. Do you know what kind of expedition it was? Oh, you don't? The Kibombo rarely journey far abroad. It's very worrisome. On the far side of the river lies a huge mountain we call Magma Rock. It is a sacred place that the gods created long ago. Hey, Private Maverick, how's it going? Can you tell me where you have come from? Angara. That is a land far to the north, is it not? I've heard that when it is hot here, it is cold in Angara. The world is a strange place. There's a fruit fly or something in here. I would not venture far north of here if I were you. You don't plan on going to Kibombo, don't you, mister? Well, you'll have to find a path through the Kibombo Mountains to get there. The Kibombo warriors keep a close watch on the pass. They won't let you through. The fortune teller lives at the highest house in Naribue. He's the closest thing we have to a mayor. We're a small village, but if we all cooperate, we can get almost anything done. When I climbed the Kibombo Mountains, I had to find a path the Kibombo didn't know about. Ooh, what have we here? A unicorn ring. I wonder what the unicorn ring does. Used to remove poison. Okay, it doesn't really do very much of anything. I am a teller of fortunes. Would you have a reading? It costs 20 coins to hear what your future holds. Will you pay? Sure. Very well, show me one of your items. Felix placed the Ixion mail on the table. Are you prepared? I shall begin my reading. I see. From the garb you have placed before me, I sense the presence of the one you await. To To the north, inside the sacred icon, the one you seek awaits. By painting our bodies, we bring about good luck. You should try it too. My father is a fortune teller, not a witch doctor. There are a great many differences between him and Akafubu of Kibombo. Why do I get the feeling that they made a lot of names up just by doing keyboard mashing? When Oeya was their witch doctor, the Kibombo were much more peaceful. Akafubu took over when Oeya passed on, and he is responsible for their warlike ways. Yeah, rushed. Okay, so apparently there's another djinn that we can go after. So, recently ordered myself, I like to collect stationery and cute things and such, and ordered a new notebook off of Amazon, and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I want to use this for a solo journaling RPG that I got off of Itch.io, and decided, okay, I'm gonna need some pens to write with it, so I went out and got myself some pens, but I didn't realize until it was too late that they didn't have black ink. So they're gel pens, and they're neon. Uh-oh. Alright, we managed to fell the Mercury Ginny. So yeah, I'm waiting for the notebook to come in. It's supposed to be delivered tomorrow, and I'm also eagerly awaiting a doll that I ordered. I got myself a Tiny Fox doll. It's a 1/4 scale anime style fashion doll. I got it, well, I got it a few weeks ago, and it's finally going to... the tracking is saying that it's in America, but I don't know when I'm supposed to get it. But good news is that my friend and I are going to be getting together this weekend, and we're going to be hanging out together, doing some dolly stuff, and getting lunch together, and dressing up, and it should be fun. Alright, let's do a quick... Let's do a quick stop at the inn, too. A thorn crown. Let's see. Oh, at least we're not cursed. Okay, ooh, a new place. The Kibombo Mountains. Is the way clear? This area is clear. The strange one has not been seen. And there? We have not seen the stranger near the village. Do you believe he was truly headed towards Kibombo? The guards here were only recently knocked unconscious. Correct. We were under orders to maintain a strict watch over the mountain pass. No one must be permitted into Kibombo until Akafubu has completed his ceremony. Then we had better hurry to find the one who attacked our guards. Keep a good watch. Do not permit anyone to pass. If anyone interrupts Akafubu's ceremony, he will hold you responsible. Uh-oh. Wait, are we going to have to stall and snake this? Oop. Guards, an intruder! Oh crap, someone is trying to pass! 2 arms, Kibombo warriors! 2 arms! Here, the intruder is here! Kibombo does not permit visitors. You just follow this road right back to where you came from. Guard, get him out of here! A disc axe? I got some power bread. Aw, poor puppy. A tear stick. Oh, that was easy. let's see. It doesn't look like we can grab the Jupiter Ginny right now, so let's see. So we need to get out of here. Wait, what? Okay, we are in Kibombo. If the great Gabamba's mouth doesn't open, Akafubu must not yet be a true witch doctor. Yeah, that really phoned it in. Akafubu was a good man when he was training with Oeya. After Oeya died, Akafubu was simply no longer the same. Guess so. So the Great Gabamba. And it's his second try at the ceremony. A new gem. Making it float with the power of his mind. Oh my, I've heard of ceremonies like these. Foreign deities are so frightening. Hmm? He who is the witch doctor of Kibombo holds the most revered office in our whole town. Akafubu looks really confident tonight. I think he just might succeed this time. At last, the sacred night has come. And yeah, that is... Phoned it in. Phoned it in. Tonight, Akafubu becomes the Kibombo's new witch doctor. All of you pray in the depths of your hearts for my success. It looks like the initiation ceremony is beginning. I'm not sure what will happen, but we'd better hurry, Felix. Who are you? What are your intentions? It looks like Piers has already forgotten us, huh? I know, we met Piers when he was in jail, and it's not like he had tons of visitors either. Wait a second, I know you. You're the travelers who came seeking me when I was in jail. So you do remember. What are you doing in this place? Actually, that's what we wanted to ask you. We were worried about you, Piers, so we followed you here. And that's what brings you to this dangerous place? What's that supposed to mean? We came here to help you, Piers. Why are you being like that about that? Tell me something. Exactly when did I ask you for your help? Silence! I shall now present our jewel to the great Gabamba. Oh, great Gabamba, please accept this, our humble gift. Please, great Gabamba, accept this jewel. Look, the great Gabamba has noticed the light of the jewel. Why, great Gabamba? Your prayers were weak. Open your hearts to the great Gabamba. Sing your praises and dance for the great Gabamba until your prayers reach his ears. Akafubu is no witch doctor. He's an adept. I may have to confront him to get my orb back. I may have to fight. I will do whatever it takes, but I will have my black orb back again. It's no use. We can't get to Akafubu from here. This won't work either. What are we going to do? We can't get over there. Piers is in trouble. Shouldn't we try to help him? Maybe if we could do something about that stump, we could reach the backside of Gabamba. We've got to help Piers. Right, Felix? Then hop to it. Whoa! That power, was that synergy? I knew it. I should have spotted it at once. You're adepts. Wait, so does that mean you're... Yes, my name is Piers, and I too am an adept. To be honest, everyone in Lemuria is an adept, and not just me. What's Lemuria? Lemuria is an island that lies in the center of the Eastern Sea. Wait a second, you said Lemuria? I've heard that name before. Of course, it was Lord Bobby. He often spoke to me of Lemuria. He said it was so advanced that we can scarcely begin to imagine what it must have been like. You are correct. My home was and is all that you say. Whoever told you this knows much of Lemuria. But wait, if it's so far away in the middle of the ocean, how come everyone knows so much about it? It is not easily reached, and we Lemurians seldom leave. I cannot imagine how anyone could have learned anything at all about us. Except, hold on a moment, Bobby. I've heard that name somewhere before. Well, yeah, everyone knows about Lord Bobby. He's the ruler of Tolby. I've never heard of Tolby. Until recently, I had never left my home of Lemuria. Piers, are you just playing games with us? Don't be foolish. What would I gain from lying to you? I'm being quite serious. Piers is not playing games, Jenna. You can trust him. Thank you for believing me, Master Sage. Please, call me Creighton, Piers of Lemuria. And I am the one who should be thanking you. You look puzzled, Felix. You're probably wondering what I'm talking about. I thought as much. If what Bobby told me is true, Lemuria is all that remains of a once great civilization. Your friend is correct. In fact, the reason I was sent to Vale was somewhat related to my inability to find Lemuria itself. I don't understand. What was in Vale that had anything to do with Lemuria? Bobby believed that, in Lemuria alone, The power of alchemy remains unbound. Lord Bobby had need of Lemuria's alchemy, but despite our effort, we could not find the lost city. Since we could not find Lemuria, Lord Bobby sent me to unlock the secrets of alchemy myself. Ah yes, Bobby. If I recall correctly, a man named Bobby came to Lemuria long ago. He stole one of our ships and fled the Isle. Yes, that must indeed be the same Lord Bobby who now leads the people of Tolby. Now I'm even more confused. This is making my head hurt. I mean, if Bobby really stole a ship from your home, why would he be trying so hard to find it again? I can't expect you to understand, my dear. Lord Bobby's reasons for finding Lemuria are complex. But if he already found Lemuria once, why doesn't he just go back the same way? Once you have left Lemuria, finding it again is quite difficult, even if you know where to look. Well, why? The waters around Lemuria are wrapped in a perpetual fog. It is very difficult to navigate. I remember Lord Bobby once saying something to that effect. Even if one locates Lemuria, getting through the fog itself remains quite a challenge. I don't get it. Why can't you just sail straight through it? The ocean currents around Lemuria are swift and treacherous. Only one who can sail a Lemurian ship can complete the journey. Can complete the journey. But Bobby stole a Lemurian ship from you, right? That means he can sail it. You said yourself that he used it to flee the island. Unfortunately, Bobby was the only one of us who could use the ship. You see, Lemurian ships can only be helmed by adepts. Which is why I have to get my ship Black Orb back. I must be able to captain my ship. There may be something ahead up on this path. Then let's go. Wait a moment, Pierce. We want to help you get your orb back. You intend to help me, Kraden? I am on this quest for many reasons, one of them being that I wish to see Lemuria. If you would allow me, that is, I'd like to visit Lemuria myself. If this is something you would do for Bobby, then I cannot permit it. What? Why not? Bobby is a thief. He is not well loved in Lemuria. It is partially on behalf of Bobby, but there's more to it than that. I want to go to Lemuria so I can see the full power of alchemy. I want to aid Pierce so that he will take us to Lemuria. What do you say, Felix? You'll do it? Splendid. I appreciate your offer, but... I understand, Piers. You're not sure if you'll be able to take us to Lemuria, is that it? Can we talk about this later? Yes, of course. For now, let's just get that orb back. For Piers. Piers joined your party. Oh my! I think I know what kind of a statue this is. Hello, little mouse. So what does everybody have planned for this week? Not much other than work? Yeah. Saturday I'm going to visit my friend. But other than that, it's my parents' birthday this week, so I'm pretty sure we're probably going to be seeing them. focus your energies. Everyone, look over here. Let us now present our jewel to the Great Gabamba. Again. Oh, Great Gabamba, please accept this our humble gift. Please, Great Gabamba, accept this jewel. Look, the Great Gabamba has noticed the light of the jewel. A puzzle. You are still not pleased? No, this time he seemed almost like he might. We must continue. Drums! More cowbell! Ah, so that's how it works. He's been failing because the conduit that channels his synergy is broken. Should we reconnect the conduit so he can complete the ceremony? I agree, Felix. Why should we help this pack of thieves? Piers, I understand that you're angry at them, but it really is in our best interest to help. Think about it, Piers. Akafubu stole the orb solely to perform the ceremony. So what do you think he intends to do with the orb? He means to give it to the Great Gabamba. Oh, so if his ceremony succeeds, the orb will be taken into the statue. And we're inside the statue. If the ceremony succeeds, we can go find the orb. I don't want to help that Akafubu, but I don't like the idea of helping him any more than you do, but if we can end this without a fight... You're right, Shiba. Let's see if we can't help him finish his little ceremony. Oh, the magic, the power of the witch doctor fills my body. At the count of 20, I shall present our jewel to the Great Gabamba. Make your hearts as one and dance for the Great Gabamba. I want to see if I can get that Ginny. How do you get down there? go. I don't know what this is that's flying around my bedroom, but it does not belong here. There we go. Alright, one more Venus Ginny. Oh dear. Okay, so now it's time for us to do the puzzle. Alright, let's see if this works. Ah, we have enraged the Great Gagamba! No, great catastrophe shall befall the Kibombo! Silence! Silence! Do not be hasty. The Great Gabamba has not opened his eyes in anger. Your prayers have not appeased him. That is all. Pray. You must pray more. Let the Great Gabamba hear our desires. Drums! More drums!
think this is right. Hey, Ultra Quinox, how's it going? We are doing a tile puzzle. Alright, let's see if the Great Kabamba is going to actually be great. Oh, Great Kabamba, please accept this our humble gift. Alright, it looks like... Ooh, we actually got it. Look! The Great Kabamba has responded to our gift. Did you see it, people? At last, the Great Kabamba accepts me. I shall answer his call. I shall enter the Great Kabamba. Wait for me, my people. Yeah. The black orb, where is it? I saw it roll in there. It came in through there and rolled along this groove in the floor. It vanished into that hole. It looks pretty deep. Can you see it? Do you think you can reach it? No, I can't even see it. It's no use now. I'll never see Lemuria again. I am lost forever from my homeland. Wait, hold on. I can see a light on the other side of this hole. A light? There must be a room on the other side of the statue. Who are you? What are you doing here? Are you Kibombo? Then what are you doing inside the Great Kabamba? We've come to reclaim the black orb you stole. Do you really believe I would permit you to take it? Hey, watch it! You wouldn't even be in here if it weren't for us. What is that supposed to mean? Why should I believe you? I am Akafubu, the chosen witch doctor of Kibombo. Yeah, we've got a bunch of names that are made by keyboard mashing here. Phoned it in. Yeah, we know. We saw your magic energy flowing past us. See how this channel runs along the floor? Here, look, it runs all the way over there. But the thing is, the circuit was broken right there. So we completed the circuit so that your magic energy could go where it needed to go. But if you truly did this, then why? Why did you help me? We were sort of hoping that we could take the orb if your ceremony succeeded. Ah, so you have taken the orb, then be gone. You have no further business here. But we didn't get the orb. It rolled through this groove and right through this hole. We saw a light through there, so we suspect there must be another room behind the wall. I might be able to retrieve the orb. Do you think Akafubu will really return the orb to us? Maybe we had him all wrong. I thought Akafubu was an evil man, but I guess we were wrong. You never can tell, Shiba. We have little choice but to trust that he will return it. Come on. Okay, is it just me, or does that idol there look like Hulk Hogan? I have followed Oya's instructions and entered the final chamber. He told me that if I reached this chamber, I would become Kibombo's witch doctor. But what I must do here to become a witch doctor, I do not know. Your black orb rests in the hands of the statue before you. Go on, take it. I to do now? Oh, young witch doctor, you have succeeded in your task. You have found this chamber. Who speaks? It sounded like it was the statue of the great Gabamba. That's ridiculous. Akafubu, your magic has grown strong. At last you are worthy of the title Witch Doctor. I give you the feathers and gown that are the badges of your office. Ooh, magical transformation. Akafubu, from this day forward you shall be Kibombo's Witch Doctor. I've done it! I've finally earned the right to be a witch doctor! At last. Yes! And there is one thing that remains for me to give you. Akafubu, you hasty fool! I had something else to give you, and in your haste you left too soon! Say, you there. Yes, you! Looking around there. I have magic for Akafubu, magic that he will soon need, but he is not ready for it. As a result, I have decided that I shall not pass this magic on to anyone just yet. Tell this to Akafubu. If he desires this new magic, then he must earn it himself. If Akafubu does not refine his magical arts, then he will never earn this new power. This power shall not be realized until he ceases living only for himself, and instead lives his life to benefit others. Tell him so. I don't suppose you could just give that magic to us. What do you mean? I'm just asking if maybe we could earn that magic before Akafubu. The power can be claimed by another, but only if Akafubu lacks the will to earn it himself. Ah, so we can get it. Perhaps if he must compete for his power, he will focus and take his office seriously. But before you do this thing, you must convey to Akafubu all that I have told you. Oh, of course, we wouldn't dream of cheating him. We will tell him all you have told us. Follow that path and you will find a cavern. But now I shall sleep, until the time comes when I must anoint a new witch doctor. Felix, go get Piers' precious orb. Felix got the black crystal. Felix gave the black crystal to Shiba. Felix, do you have any idea exactly what this great Gabamba really is? You do not understand either? Then I do not feel quite so foolish. But doesn't this witch doctor magic seem not unlike some kind of synergy? Wouldn't it be quite fortunate if we were to get our hands on that power ourselves? Oh, you didn't need much convincing at all, did you, Felix? I needn't remind you, but we're going to need every kind of synergy we can muster to complete this quest. Either way, Felix, we are, at the very least, obligated to deliver the Gabamba's message. We must fulfill our promise to the Gabamba. Then maybe we can come back inside this Gabamba statue some other time to get it. Felix carried the message of the Gabamba to Akafubu. By the time Felix had finished his story, dawn had broken. Right, well, I guess that's that. You are virtuous men coming here to deliver this message. My son and I thank you. What do we have to be thankful of? If they had just stopped me from leaving the Great Gabamba, this wouldn't have happened. What? If you had been more interested in your duty, you would not have left so quickly. But father, these people are trying to steal the magic of our people. It should be mine. Mine, I tell you! That power belongs to me! I'm going to be the one to get the Great Gabamba's magic. You'll see! My son, you have much to learn. He may look like a man, but before me, he acts like a child. See how he behaves when he gets excited? No matter what I say, he won't listen to me right now. I think that he has had enough for today. I see your point. Well, I suppose we should be leaving then. After all, our journey has only just begun. We cannot remain idle too much longer. we in Gondowan fear the might of the Kibombo warriors, but we don't want to be feared. Now is the time for Kibombo to change its image. We think it is time to inform other villages that Akafubu has completed the ceremony. I think they'll be glad to know that we no longer pose any threat to them. so we got that all squared away. Ah, meat. We get to eat normal animals again. They taste so much better than those monsters we've had. You can see Ateka from the bridge in Western Gondwan. My grandfather told me so. Someday I'll be a warrior like my grandfather and I'll be able to see it for myself. Now that Akafubu is our new witch doctor, we shall embark on a path to peace. The neighboring villages have no reason to fear our warriors any longer. This is a signal fire. We use these to send messages to neighboring villages. I hope these messages set our neighbors' minds at ease. Oh, so basically, they've elected the new pope. Guess I don't know if that's supposed to do anything. Okay, it's still sticking its tongue out. Isn't that great? Okay, so now that we've got Piers on our team, we are going to get ourselves a ship. Felix hears Creighton's voice saying, Felix, there's a time and place for everything, but not now. Okay, we're back on the world map. And now what we need to do is go back to Madara. Alright, Jupiter Ginny, it's your turn. Alright, we got one more Ginny. okay, this is just a shortcut. Honestly, this whole evening has felt like that one Star Trek The Next Generation episode that everybody wants to forget. And I do mean everyone. You know exactly which episode I mean. Yes, yes you do. Those of you who, if you know, you know. Right, a healing fungus. Back to Madara. Use a repel. And there's Madara. Have you by chance seen a girl named Minardi? You have? And you're telling me that my sister is dead? If you continue these lies, I might take it upon myself to shut you up. Get out of my sight. Where could Minardi have gone? Where are you, my sister? Felix, you're back. And you've brought Piers with you. Oh, Piers. Piers, I must apologize for the trouble we've caused you. I'm sorry we lost your jewel. Don't be. Everything worked out for the best. Piers, you said you were going to go to Gondawan. Did you make it? Yes, in fact, we have just returned. And your jewel. You actually got it back from the Kibambo. Incredible. I was able to recover it with the help of Felix and his friends. That's wonderful. I'm so relieved. I was worried that you might never get it back. That's why we came back, to let you know that we've recovered it. Worry no more. If you've already recovered your jewel, why don't you stay here for a bit longer? Unfortunately, we can't. Hey, have you seen the girl out front? We must go to the island that is my home. Piers, are you sure? After what we've been through, I feel like I've learned a few things. Like what? Like the fact that you truly are good people. And that you have gone to great lengths for no other reason than to help those in need. I have come to realize that I too must do something to help where I can. Piers, I have made my decision. And the sooner we depart, the better, right, Kraden? We shall set sail, Felix, to my ship, to the Eastern Sea. Do you truly mean to leave so soon, Piers? I may yet again have reason to visit your town, but yes, I must go. seem quite busy. It is their youth that allows them to be so busy. But we'll be back, I promise. Maybe we'll be able to visit at a more leisurely pace. I'd like that. So would I. Okay, there's one more thing that we need to do here. We got the Cyclone Ship. Felix? He just called you Felix, didn't he? Why didn't I see it before? You are Felix! Then Minardi should be somewhere around here too, and yet... You won't see Minardi or Saturos ever again. Isaac killed them. They're probably at the bottom of the sea by now. Sheba, quiet! I heard that, you wretched little thing. Can it be true? Is my sister dead? I can't believe it. No one has the power to defeat Saturos and my sister. Yet you all avoid my gaze, and that look on your faces, it is true. Who is this Isaac? What? You feign ignorance? Why? Would you protect him from my fury? Never mind, I believe I've heard some rumors of a traveler named Isaac lately. Is this Isaac the same one they've been speaking of? Is he pursuing you? If that is the case, then this Isaac should show up here sooner or later. How do you know it wasn't Felix who defeated your sister? What do you take me for? I'm a warrior like my sister. I can gauge a man's strength at a single glance. Even if you doubled Felix's power, he would still be no match for my sister. And besides, I doubt Felix could find it in himself to betray my sister. He knows that the lives of those he holds dear would hang in the balance. But I must congratulate you on your successes at both the Mercury and Venus lighthouses. Although your success there now prevents us from returning to the Western Sea. You would have failed, of course, had we not researched how to climb those lighthouses. Oh, didn't Minardi tell you? Regardless, Isaac won't be getting in my way. You will have to find your own way to the Western Sea. And if you make the journey, you'll have to light Jupiter on your own as well. We have our own work to do, and number one on the list is taking care of Isaac. Are we clear on this, Felix? Aren't you an obedient boy? If you're worried you can't get it done, we could help you a bit. No, thank you. I believe we'll just find Jupiter Lighthouse on our own if it's all the same. You see, just don't let us down. Hey, Time Sage! Thank you for the renewed subscription! We're going to find that Isaac. I'm going to find this Isaac. And I swear that the last thing he will see will be Karst avenging the death of her dear sister. Wow, and I thought Saturos and Minardi had issues. We shouldn't take Karst too lightly. Wait a moment. Karst did say we, didn't she? Yes, Saturos and Minardi traveled as a pair. Perhaps she has a partner as well. We ought to warn Isaac that Karst is after him. Maybe we should try to find him first. Believe me, I'd love to see Isaac again, but we just don't have time to look for him. Plus, even if we did find them, I think there is a good chance we'd end up fighting them. Why? What we are trying to achieve, they are trying to prevent, and they will fight to stop us. But Jenna, aren't you and Isaac an item? Couldn't you, do something? An item? No, I mean, it's not like that. Not really. Stupid Sheba. Yes, for now we should press onward to Jupiter Lighthouse like we planned. But what about Garrett and the others? Don't you mean Isaac?
Chiba, quiet! Sheesh!
Ahem, are you ready to listen yet? They were strong enough to defeat Satoros and Minardi. They won't be beaten easily. We should continue on ahead, just as Satoros and Minardi would have. Okay, Jenna? Shiva? Piers, are you ready? She blushed so hard her entire self turned red. Then we should be going, right, Felix? Ah, this is it. How are we to climb the cliffs? My husband relishes those rare mushrooms growing in the Gondowan cliffs. I wish someone would bring some back for him. Is that one of his most favorite mushrooms? No, dear, they look similar, but these aren't quite right. Thanks for bringing this by, but it's just not the type of mushroom we like. Please, won't you try to find the mushrooms my husband loves so much? Is that one of his most favorite mushrooms? Did you climb all the way up those cliffs just to get that mushroom for us? That's the nicest thing anyone has ever done for me. I have to thank you for this. But what could I have that a warrior like you would want? That's a tricky one. I don't know if you want a pet, but this is all we can offer. Take care of it. Felix found the Mars Ginny Char. Charmander! I can't wait for dinner tonight. Batter fried mushrooms. This here's enough of a mushroom that we'll be eating it for days. Okay, so now that we've got a new Djinn, we are going to end things off for the evening, and let me see who is twitching or streaming. Okay, let's see. Do. Alright, why don't we go raid Shellshock? He is playing a Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time randomizer. Alright, so I will see you all on Thursday night, everyone, and have a good rest of your week.